am a homegrown Iowan, I suppose. I was born in Cedar Rapids in the mid 80s and grew up there, lived in the same house for uh, all of my life until I moved to Iowa City. I live here with my three roommates, Elliot, who is a Lewis Security Systems, I guess the word would be officer. He's a private citizen, not quite police, so I don't know how that works. And then I also live here with my good friends Chris and Morgan. Morgan's a med student, and Chris is currently a receptionist for a psychology office. I really hope I said that right. It's like the living 8-year-old in me. I'm very much into the X-Men and Daredevil and the Immortal Iron Fist. I'm kind of a Marvel guy. Yep. Pretty nerdy.
You had mentioned being a superhero with Capoeira.
What I was talking about when I said, Capoeira being like a superhero is just, there's all these acrobatics that we always see, like in the movies and in the books that are totally unnecessary, but also, really driving. They kind of bring you into like the larger, more surreal world that these people live in, and is different than other martial arts because it is this chance to be more than just punching and kicking someone, to like express yourself through movement, which I think is really interesting. And yet these movements have intrinsic value within the game. You can use these flourishes to kick somebody. You can use them to take them down. It's just kind of a sense of hyper-reality. For a long time in Brazil, capoeira was associated with criminals. It was, since people who would escape from slavery would often be unable to fully integrate into Brazilian society, which was largely dominated by the white Portuguese, and so they'd often turn to crime. And as such, the art was branded as a crime art and was forbidden to be taught or practiced, which is a large part of why it's masked with the dance and the music. It was to hide it so that people wouldn't find it. People also would take on code names, so you would never know who was your instructor, who were your brothers, just all kind of in the idea of hiding the art in plain sight. It's really easy to mimic the movements in capoeira, but to actually get inside their structure and meaning and sense in the larger context of the game and the art, it takes a remarkable amount of time, probably longer than any other martial art I'm familiar with. I was going to the Taekwondo group for about 3 classes, and I was just kind of remembering why I got sick of it in the first place. And I looked across the way one night and saw people doing cartwheels and kicks, and from my prior experiences just like on the internet, I had recognized it as capoeira, and I was really shocked that the university would have something like that. So I went down and talked with the instructor, Kevin, and basically started that night, and I haven't stopped since.